Dear students, welcome to the video lesson. In today's class, let us learn more about cell and today's topic is cell organelles. In the previous class, we have learnt about the different components of cell and let us learn more about cell organelles today and also the type of cell based on the nucleus. Dear children, we know that the three important components of cell are cell membrane or plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Here in this picture, you have seen that the cell consists of cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. You can see this is a eukaryotic cell. This is an animal cell, eukaryotic cell, because it is having a definite nucleus. The animal cell is an example of eukaryotic cell. Even plant cell is also an example for eukaryotic cell, as in both plant cell and animal cell we can observe a definite nucleus with nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nucleoplasm and chromatin network. Moreover, we observe a definite nucleus in the eukaryotic cell. So based on the type of nucleus, we can classify cell under two, that is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. You can see in this image, this is a eukaryotic cell and this is a prokaryotic cell. So eukaryotic cell, it is having a true nucleus. Prokaryote, here you can see there is no true nucleus. It is called as nucleoid because the DNA is open. It is not enclosed in a definite membrane. Again, one more image of a prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So here you can observe there is a definite nucleus, prominent and definite nucleus. Whereas in the case of prokaryotic cell, you can see the DNA is open. It is not enclosed in a definite structure. Again, here one more example. See, you can see here DNA, how the DNA is found free floating in the cytoplasm. It is not enclosed by any structure. So this is a bacterial cell. Easily you can, by seeing the shape, you can identify it is a bacterial cell. And here in this bacterial cell, the DNA is open. It is not enclosed in any definite structure called nucleus. Types of cell is classified as prokaryote and eukaryotic cell. So prokaryotic cells are the cells that doesn't have a true nucleus, no true nucleus. Eukaryotic cell is a cell that has a true nucleus. Example for prokaryotic cell are bacteria and cyanobacteria. Example of eukaryotic cell are plant cell and animal cell. Dear children, already you have observed plant cell and animal cell. There you can easily identify a prominent nucleus. So let us learn some difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Size. Small, about 0.5 micrometer. The size of cell is small. In eukaryote, it is up to 40 micrometers. Genetic material in prokaryotic cell is made up of circular DNA. In eukaryotic cell, DNA is in the form of linear chromosomes. Organelles, in prokaryotes, organelles are few in number and especially we can find only non-membranous organelles. Whereas in the case of eukaryotes, there are many organelles. Double membrane organelles like nucleus, mitochondria and chloroplast are present, and even single membranous organelles like Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum and lysosomes are present. So here we have seen prokaryotes, very few organelles are present, and in eukaryotes many organelles are present. Cell wall in the case of prokaryotes is rigid and it is formed of glycoproteins, mainly murin. And in the case of eukaryotes, cell wall, we know that fungi, plant, animals, all these are example for eukaryotic cell. They possess eukaryotic cell. In the case of fungi, the cell wall is rigid and it is formed of polysaccharide or chitin. In the case of plants, again there also the cell wall is rigid and it is formed of polysaccharide. Example, cellulose. In the case of animals, there is no cell wall. Ribosomes in prokaryotes is of 70S and in case of eukaryotes is of 80S. So these are the difference between prokaryote and eukaryotes. Prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Dear children, let us now move further and learn more about the cell organelles. Dear children, we know that organelles are specialized structures found in the cytoplasm of cell. They carry out specific functions. They are grouped under two categories, membranous organelles and non-membranous organelles. So this is the image of an animal cell. In this cell, you can see it consists of cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Along with these important components, you can observe many organelles are present found floating in the cytoplasm. Here you can see, as you can observe, I am moving the cursor here. Mitochondria, lysosome, centrosome, rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes and Golgi apparatus. This is the animal cell and we find these organelles present in the animal cell. This is the example of plant cell. So here along with the other important organelles, both membranous, non-membranous organelles are seen in plant cell also. But here you can observe two important prominent structures here. One is, as soon as you observe the cell, you can see a large vacuole at the center and green colored organelles. So these are chloroplast. So along with the other organelles, these two prominent structures are found in the plant cell and the nucleus is pushed to one corner. Once again you can see the image. This is the image of animal cell and this is the image of plant cell. So you can find the difference here. So plant cell wall is present. In the case of animal cell, there is no cell wall. This already we have discussed in our previous class. Nucleus is at the center in the case of animal cell, but here you can see nucleus is pushed to one corner and a big large vacuole is found at the center along with the chloroplast. Now let us learn more about this cell organelles. So the different types of cell organelles are membranous organelles, non-membranous organelles, both are found. Let us list some of the important cell organelles. So first, endoplasmic reticulum, it is membranous in nature. Ribosome, non-membranous organelle. Golgi apparatus, it is membranous organelle. Lysosome, it is a membranous organelle. Then mitochondria, it is a membranous organelle. Plastid is also membranous organelle. Vacuole also possesses the membrane. So membranous, non-membranous, both organelles all together I have listed here. So please do list these organelles and let us learn about these organelles one by one. So let us move on and learn first about the important organelle, that is, can you identify which organelle is this? Yes. This is a endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of branching tubules. As you can see here, it is a network-like structure and it has many branching tubules. It extends from the cell membrane to the nuclear membrane. You can see here, it is attached to the nuclear membrane. So it extends from the cell membrane to the nuclear membrane. It also lies scattered in the cytoplasm. It is found scattered in the cytoplasm. Endoplasmic reticulum forms the supporting framework of the cell. Since it lies scattered in the cytoplasm, it gives the framework to the cell. What is its function? What is the work it does in the cell? The main function is transport. It transports substances from one part of the cell to the other and from one cell to another cell. You have just seen that endoplasmic reticulum is a large network of membrane-bound tubules and sheets. It looks like long tubules or round or oblong bags. Just now you have seen in the image. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum are studded with ribosome. You have seen in the image that many ribosomes are studded there. And the important function of ribosome, you know that it assists in protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in the manufacture of fat molecules or lipids. So these are the important functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Again, you can see in this image here, rough endoplasmic reticulum, you can see dot like structure. These dots are nothing but ribosomes. It assists in the protein synthesis, and this one without ribosomes is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The next organelle is ribosome. Dear children, just now you have seen in the case of endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are dense, spherical and granular particles which occur freely, and also it is found attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So what is the important function of this ribosome? See how in this image you can see how this granular ribosomes are helping in the synthesis of protein. So they are called as protein factories of the cell. See here it is. These are the ribosome, granular, dense, spherical structures. These are specially called as protein factories of the cell. The important function of ribosome is the synthesis of protein. Let us move on further and learn about the next organelle, that is Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Golgi complex, it consists of flat disc with expanded ends or vesicles. The main function of Golgi complex is to secrete chemicals required for cellular activities. So this Golgi complex was first discovered by Italian physician Camillo Golgi during an investigation of the nervous system. At first it was argued that the appearance of the structure was merely an optical illusion. With the development of modern microscope in the 20th century, the discovery of Golgi apparatus was confirmed. Here one more picture of Golgi apparatus. You can see here secretory vesicles that are oozing out of the Golgi apparatus. So it is a complex flat disc-like structure. Here again you can see Golgi apparatus, how the vesicles are coming out. So these vesicles are the only structures that carry the DNA. Observe the image. Here you can see vesicles, and inside the vesicle you can see it is possessing DNA. Observe these vesicles carefully. Golgi apparatus, these vesicles are the only structure. Vesicles from Golgi apparatus are the only structure that carries its own DNA. See here, you can see DNA. Golgi apparatus is the set of membrane-bound, smooth, flattened cisternae and have small fluid-filled vesicles. Just now you have seen in the image. It consists of vesicle, and these vesicles are filled with fluid-filled vesicles. They have their own DNA and ribosomes. What is the function of Golgi apparatus? Just now we have discussed. It helps in storage, modification and packaging of products in vesicles. This is the next organelle and it is called as lysosome. Lysosomes are usually found in an animal cell. They are spherical, sac-like organelle. They contain a variety of hydrolytic enzymes. As you can see in this image, these lysosomes are filled with variety of hydrolytic enzymes. So these enzymes, these hydrolytic enzymes help in digestion of organic substance present in the cell. They may also destroy their own cell when it becomes old, weak, damaged or diseased. Hence, they are often called suicide bags of the cell. Once again, just recall lysosome, digestive bag or suicidal bags. These are the membrane-bound vesicular structures in the cytoplasm. The main function is it destroys any foreign material which enters the cell and also helps in the removal of dead and worn out cell organelles by digesting them. These are the structure. One more image of lysosomes. Let us move on and learn about mitochondria. Dear children, we know that mitochondria occurs in various shapes such as cylindrical, spherical or oval and rod shape. Each mitochondrion is bound by a double membrane. Outer membrane is smooth but inner one is folded. Folds are called cisternae. Inner membrane encloses a fluid known as matrix. So here you can see folds. It has many folds called cisternae, and inner membrane it is having a fluid, and this fluid is called as matrix. This mitochondria are the sites of respiration in cell. They use oxygen to break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water. This process releases energy which is stored in a molecule called ATP. Hence, mitochondria are called powerhouses of the cell. Normally, a cell has 30 to 40 mitochondria, but the number of mitochondria in a cell varies and depends on the function of the cell. Let us move on and learn about plastids. Plastids are found, and it is a major cell organelle specially found in plants. Plastids are of two types. Without pigment, it are called colorless plastid. That are without pigments are called as leucoplast, and if it is having pigment, it is called as chromoplast. So plastids are of two types, colorless and colored. If it is colored, it is called chromoplast. If it is non-colored, colorless, it is called as leucoplast. Chromoplast, if it is having a special pigment called chlorophyll, then it is called as chloroplast, green colored pigment. If it possesses a green colored pigment, then it is called as chloroplast. So these are the leucoplast, colorless plastids. They occur in regions of plants which are not exposed to sunlight, such as tender roots. They are mainly involved in the storage of reserve food. Second type of plastids are with coloring pigment other than green. They are called as chromoplast. They are called as chromoplast. Other than green, if they are possessing any other pigment, it is called as chromoplast. Chromoplast contain pigment that are yellow, red, orange or in any other color. The third type contains green colored pigment and are known as chloroplast. As you can see in this picture, these are chromoplast other than green, and this is chloroplast possessing the green pigment called chlorophyll. Dear children, in chloroplast, green colored pigment, namely chlorophyll, is present. They are found in the green parts of the plants such as leaves. Can you identify this organelle? Yes, this is chloroplast. Each chloroplast is covered by a double membrane. The inner membrane encloses a matrix called stroma and grana. You can see here it has stroma, matrix is called stroma, and the plate-like structures is called as grana. This grana has chlorophyll. Chlorophyll plays an important role in preparing food. Here you can see grana, and this is a matrix called stroma. So here in this grana, there is a pigment called chlorophyll. The plate-like structure is called grana, and this is having a chlorophyll. Pigment called chlorophyll. Let us move on and learn what is meant by vacuole. In the cell, there is one more membranous structure. Membrane covered cavity. You can observe here large membrane covered cavity, especially found in plant cell, and it is filled with a fluid called cell sap. So vacuoles are the structure which store food, excess water, and also waste products. Vacuoles are storage sacs for solid or liquid contents. Vacuoles are small sized in animal cell, while plant cell have very large vacuoles. The central vacuole of some plant cell may occupy 50 to 90% of the cell volume. Here is one more picture showing the vacuole along with the cell sap. Dear children, here is a difference between animal cell and plant cell. So animal cells are generally smaller in size, plant cells are larger in size. There is no cell wall in animal cell, whereas in the case of plant cell, there is a prominent definite cell wall, rigid cell wall. Nucleus is in the center in the case of animal cell. In plant cell, nucleus is on the side. There are many vacuoles in animal cell, but in the case of plant cell, there is one large vacuole. Animal cell, it cannot synthesize nutrients. We know that it doesn't have chloroplast and it cannot prepare its own food. Whereas plant cell has chloroplast to synthesize the nutrients. There is no connection between cell wall to cell, as there is no cell wall at all in the case of animal cell. So there is no connection called plasmodesmata between the cell walls in the case of animal cell. In plant cell, there is a cell wall and there has a connection, and it is called as plasmodesmata is found in the case of plant cell. Here is a homework, children. Please go through this worksheet and do the given homework. Compare animal cell and plant cell. Go through the video and learn the concept, read the textbook, learn the concept of plant cell and animal cell and different organelles, and you have to arrange all the organelles found in animal cell in this diagram, and in plant cell what you find in plant cell in this side, and the organelles which is present in both animal cell and plant cell, common to both plant cell and animal cell, you have to write it in the center like a Venn diagram. Here one more question. List 6 structures present in eukaryotic cell but not found in prokaryotic cell. You have to list the structures or organelles that is found only in eukaryotic cell but it is not found in prokaryotic cell. That's it for now. Thank you. Have a nice day.